Hey y'all, Happy New Year. This is a nursing professor here. Just wanted to take a few moments of your time to discuss some vital, important information for you. In particular, some of you all, this will be your first time being accepted into nursing school, and we want to set you up for success. And then some of you all are just moving on, and so again, want to set you up for your success. So a couple of things to be mindful of. You need to get it together, whatever that means for you. Get all your supplies together, all your ink pens, all your paper, your notebook, if you want purple sheets instead of white sheets, whatever the case is that makes you happy, but you need to have all of your supplies together. You should make certain that you come up with a plan to make sure that your laptop or your iPad is charged every night before you go to school. Perhaps if you have a backup charger, then take that to school with you. Those types of things that can really rock your world. You want to make sure that those things are in place. You want to make sure that you get that calendar. The calendar I'm always talking about, the dry erase calendar. You can see it in many of my other videos. I do have a link in LTK. If you know about that, you can go underneath the nursing professor and you'll find a link there. It's at Walmart. I think it's like $12. Get all your books, a list of your books. I think I've heard that many people who receive financial aid, it might be a little bit delayed, but check with your schools on that because you need your books. Or at least access to a book. Get your syllabus as soon as possible from your instructors. Usually they mail them out, but you might be proactive and send them an email once you find out who it is and ask them for your syllabus. Because then you can take your syllabus, you can indicate all of your your upcoming quizzes, your upcoming tests, your upcoming assignments, and put that all on your calendar such that you can make certain that you don't miss any of those dates. If you have children or you are a caregiver or something that you need to make sure that is also vitally important, then you want to make sure that you have childcare or care for whoever your loved one is. And you want to make sure you have backup to that because there's always something that can happen that can rock your world. And nursing school is not a time for your world to be rocked because of outside things. It probably will be rocked because of nursing, but let it just be for nursing and not all the other stuff. This is the first of the year. Many times people talk about budget. For a nursing student, that budget means bigger than financial. You want to budget your time. And that means time for family. That means time for studying. That means time to allow you to do any type of doctor's appointments or any type of special occasions or something like that you have throughout the semester. And finances. If you know that you take the bus to school, make sure you have enough for that week to get through. Nothing's worse than waking up in the morning and you don't have enough money to get to school. Which brings me up to another point. Don't be shy. Don't be hesitant to talk to your financial aid officer because many times alumni donors do donate money knowing, especially for nursing students, knowing that there are additional expenses that come along with being a nursing student. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. And one last, this resource I can't say enough about, and I don't think many students take advantage of it, especially minority students, is counseling. What I found that many students, especially if this is your first semester, or your student who struggled, you could really have something like test taking anxiety, but you don't know. You've never been assessed or evaluated for it. And so in your university or your college, there are counselors available there that you can go and talk to and let them know what you feel like when you go in to take a test. Because frequently I would speak with students and they know the information, but when it comes to test taking, for some strange reason, they just forget it, or I don't know what happens to them. But what I've found is that counseling can give you some options to help with your success. And some of those options could be extended time Like many of my students get double the amount of time necessary to take a test. And when they know they have that additional time, they're not as pressed. And most of the time, they don't even use it. However, it makes them feel more relaxed to know that they have it. So for an example, if there's a quiz and they have 10 minutes to perform to do the quiz, then that student will be given 20 minutes to do the quiz. And these resources are also available to you when you take NCLEX. So it's not like anything to be ashamed of. Truth is that many people do suffer from test-taking anxiety. It will also allow you to test alone. Sometimes it's very disruptive, especially for those students who finish so quickly, and you look and you're on question number 3 and they done finished all 10 questions. Them getting up, closing that door, that makes you feel rushed. And so you want to make certain that if that is something that you experience, that you could have the additional option of maybe testing alone or in a testing center or something like that. Mental health support is real. It is so necessary, especially as we come out of COVID. That was so unnatural for us. None of us were in a position where we have ever felt so isolated. And so sometimes coming back into a group setting, for many of you all, especially if you're first time returning to a university setting, can be very stressful. Again, I can't say it enough. Mental health is nothing to be ashamed of. If something doesn't feel right, then just go and talk to somebody. Use your counseling services. If there's nothing, then that's great. If there is something, then again, that's great too, because many times people do need an outlet or need to be recognized that there's a possible solution for them. So that is it for now. Have a great day. This is a nursing professor. Hey y'all, Happy New Year. This is a nursing professor here. Just want to take a few moments of your time to discuss some vital, important information for you. In particular, some of you all, this will be your first time being accepted into nursing school, and we want to set you up for success. And then some of you all are just moving on, and so again, want to set you up for your success. So a couple of things to be mindful of. You need to get it together, whatever that means for you. Get all your supplies together, all your ink pens, all your paper, your notebook. If you want purple sheets instead of white sheets, whatever the case is that makes you happy, but you need to have all of your supplies together. You should make certain that you come up with a plan to make sure that your laptop or your iPad is charged every night before you go to school. Perhaps if you